Coming up this morning on Daily Iowan TV, Iowa City Police asked the public in search for help.
And later, we take a close look at yesterday's disability celebration.
About what they like to do. They may be people with disabilities, and it says, my disability doesn't define me.
And we have results from Iowa volleyball's game last night.
And our very own Bo Bowman sat down with a former Hawkeye football player to talk about professional wrestling.
Autumn is finally here with some rain. I will tell you more in weather.
Don't go anywhere.
Daily Iowan TV starts now.
Good morning,
everyone.
And thanks for joining us. I'm Christopher Cervantes.
And I'm Cindy Zatz.
Iowa City Police are currently searching for a suspect who will be charged for indecent exposure. Yesterday around 3 p.m., a man exposed himself in front of two girls on Court Street and Washington Park Road. The two girls were ages 5 and 9 years old. A few hours after the incident, the police department released a statement describing the suspect. He is thought to be white, between 30 to 40 years old, brunette with some facial hair. Police say that a similar incident took place in June by a man with the same description as this one. Iowa City Crime Stoppers is encouraging the public to help out by giving any information that could lead to an arrest.
Iowa Attorney General Tom Miller announced that his office reached an agreement to make naloxone less expensive in the state of Iowa. Naloxone is a drug used to reverse the effects of opioid overdoses and is proven to prevent fatal overdoses. The agreement was made with a California-based pharmaceutical company that will offer a $6 rebate to any dose used by medical workers and police officers. This agreement stems from the number of opioid-related deaths rising to 180 last year, causing the price of naloxone to increase.
With October being Disability Awareness Month, the University of Iowa held a celebration for students and faculty yesterday afternoon. Daily Iowan TV reporter Junyo Kim went to the Old Capitol Center to report with more.
An October 4th disability celebration event was held at the conference center in the Old Capitol Mall on 2nd floor. In the room, a robot welcomed every people coming for the event. It is called New Double that indirectly assists disabled students to walk across the hall, go to class, participate, and communicate with their fellows.
Can you dance?
I had an interview with Patricia Barr using New Double.
It says, my disability doesn't define me. And I think that's important for people to know, that just because you have a disability doesn't mean that your disability defines you. And there's so many things that people with disabilities can do, pretty much anything that anyone else can do.
The main purpose of the event is to celebrate people with disabilities. For this event, University of Iowa President Bruce Harold also attended to celebrate the event and award faculty members who devoted and contributed for disabled people to live in a better future.
Of our community, make them more productive is absolutely the right thing to do. I would ask those of you who work with people with disabilities, those of you who have disabilities, to help us make this campus more inclusive.
October is Disability Awareness Month. The event also motivates the public's connection to the disabled. The event opens every October of the year.
They may need a little assistive technology, they may need some help, but they can lead productive and happy lives.
Reporting from Old Capitol Mall, this is Junyo Kim of Daily Iowan TV.
Yeah, you know, Jin Yuk is not also a reporter, but he's also our weather anchor on Thursdays.
Yes, that's right, Cindy. He really does great work, and I'm excited to see what he has in store for us in the weather studio. Jun-Yuk, how does it look?
Okay guys, visiting the event has raised my awareness about disabled people, and now I think it is important to explore methods and mechanisms for us not to leave them behind, instead go forward together. Now let us move forward to weather story. It seems like autumn has greeted us with rainy skies. We'll continuously have several rainy days and thunderstorms throughout the week. This afternoon we are looking at cloudy skies with the temperature reaching 69 degrees. It will develop to thunderstorms later with temperature dropping down to 62 degrees. This weather and temperature will continue until tomorrow morning. Now let's take a look at our 5-day extended forecast. We are looking at rain and thunderstorms on Friday with the temperature reaching high of 72 and low of 63 degrees. Unfortunately, on homecoming day, we will have rain showers with the temperature between low 50s and high 60s. Sunday is the only day with sunny skies for this coming week, with temperature rising to 79 degrees. From Monday, the temperature will begin to fall again with early rain showers. The temperature range of Monday will be from 49 to 70. Tuesday will be the coolest or coldest day of coming week, with the temperature dropping down to lowest of 40 degrees. You should prepare an umbrella on these possible rainy days and take out some thick clothes as temperature began to decrease. That's your weather for the week. Chris and Sydney, back to you.
Speaking of weather, the annual homecoming concert has been moved inside to the Iowa Memorial Union main lounge. The end of homecoming week is always followed by a concert hosted by the student organization SCOPE. Reporter Susanna Closter finds out more for us.
For the past decade or so, SCOPE, the Student Commission on Programming and Entertainment, has been bringing musical guests to perform a concert at the end of homecoming week. The general manager of SCOPE, Alex Tang, told me more about their role here at Iowa.
Our main goal at SCOPE is to bring a variety of acts to the students and general locals for Iowa City. Essentially, we want to create an environment in Iowa City where all students and locals are able to come and experience live music in a diverse and safe environment.
This year, SCOPE is bringing musical artists Saint Motel and Viarte to perform in the IMU main lounge. Saint Motel is a California-based indie pop band that was formed in 2007 and has crafted a, quote, slick, bouncy, and retro-influenced sound. Alex also gave me a little more insight on the process of getting these musical guests to come to Iowa.
Start off in the summer for homecoming. Probably 3 months back, we started thinking about acts and talking about who we thought was going to be like a good fit for SCOPE homecoming, and we generally gravitate towards like kind of the indie. I know we got Churches a couple years ago, a Simple Plan last year, and really just want someone that like the alumni and students are going to get excited about. So it's exciting to have like an indie pop band this year that has some great songs that people are going to be dancing to.
And here's a message from SCOPE.
Hey guys, come by the main lounge at 7 for Doors, 8 for Verite, and 9 for Saint Motel, and come dance with us. Thank you.
Sydney, we talked a lot about football here on the show, especially with homecoming just a couple days away. But I heard that there is some interesting news about a former Hawkeye in the world of wrestling. That's right, Chris. And to find out more, let's toss over to Natalie and Taylor in the sports studio.
Thanks, guys. Yeah, it's no lie that we love talking about football here, especially with that homecoming game against Illinois coming up on Saturday.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see how the Hawkeyes play this weekend, but let's take a look at something a little bit different.
I agree, Natalie. With bye week coming up next week, we've got to find something else to talk about other than football. Daily Iowan TV's Bo Bowman sat down with a former Hawkeye, now turned into a professional wrestler, for a big event coming up next week.
Thanks, guys. I'm here at Wildwood Smokehouse and Saloon with former Hawkeye Steve Manders. Now, Steve, you have a big event coming up here at Wildwood in a week and a half.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about it.
Well, thanks for having me, Bo. Thanks for the Daily Iowan to be here at this event. Yeah, so next Friday, we got SCW presents Hawkamania. 7:30 p.m. is when it starts. $10 to get in. It's going to be a real fun event. Watch me kick some booty.
How'd you get into pro wrestling?
It's funny, for the boys that know, huge wrestling fan. Been a huge wrestling fan since I was a little kid. Coach Doyle, the strength coach for the University of Iowa, he's also a pretty big wrestling fan too, believe it or not. He was telling me that Big E, a WWE superstar, Iowan, he's a former Iowa Hawkeye football player as well. He was coming by just to see the new training facility, and Coach Doyle was like, hey, you want to meet Big E? And absolutely, I was excited about it, said yeah.
Where can people go to get more information about Hawkamania?
Oh yeah, so you can go on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter. Follow SCW Pro, at SCW Pro. You can also go to Twitter and Instagram for me at one called Manders. It's gonna be real fun, real excited, real happy to have wrestling in Iowa City, and looking forward to it.
Awesome, thanks, Steve. Make sure to come out to Hawkamania on Friday, October 13th. We'll be here and hope to see you too.
Again, Hawkamania is on October 13th at Wildwood Smokehouse and Saloon at 7 p.m.
The Iowa volleyball team has had a tough schedule so far in Big Ten play, and it didn't get any easier last night as they faced another top-ranked team. Daily Iowan's Taylor Van Fleet has the coverage.
Carver was rocking on Wednesday night as Iowa took down number 22 ranked Michigan and finally got that key Big Ten win they were searching for.
The Wolverines defeated the Hawks in a back-and-forth first set, but that's the only set they would win as Iowa bounced back, taking the next 3 to get the victory in a best-of-5 match. By the second set, everything was clicking for the Hawkeyes. Freshman setter Bree Orr had a career-high 59 assists in the match, helping Taylor Lewis and Jess Janata get 17 kills each. The Hawks had a collective .329 kill percentage and outdug the Wolverines by 18.
The intensity was great. The execution, I thought, was pretty good the whole way through. For us to hit .329 against a top 25 team, that's a legit number, and we got to feel good about that. We've spent the last 2 weeks really tweaking and changing our lineup constantly.
It's a confidence booster. Michigan, they're ranked, and it's only going to get tougher in the Big Ten, so I think that just gives us a little momentum going into Nebraska, especially this weekend, and we're ready for a big upset.
Now the Hawks will turn their focus to number 4 ranked Nebraska, who come into town Saturday night. Reporting for Iowa Volleyball, this has been Taylor Van Fleet with Daily Iowan TV Sports.
You can see the Hawkeyes take on Nebraska at 7 p.m. on Saturday when they attempt to break the all-time attendance record at Carver Hawkeye Arena.
The Iowa field hockey team won their first Big Ten match of the season last Friday night. The Hawks clinched the 4-3 victory over Indiana thanks to an impressive hat trick by Katie Birch. Here's how the team is preparing for their upcoming match against Duke.
Our ability, our resiliency to come back, every time that we scored, Indiana scored, and our ability to just not get let down and just continue to push forward to put another goal on the board. So we haven't been in that type of situation yet this year, so it was great to see the team respond goal after goal.
I think that it was a really important win for us. It's something we really focus on, getting our first Big Ten win. And there's a lot of positive energy coming for that, and getting that under our belt really helped us, and I think we're just keeping the positivity going.
I think it's given us a lot of momentum. Indiana's a great team, and I think we really brought it to them. We obviously suffered a bit when we let them come back into the game, which is something we're working on and we're trying to develop for Duke this weekend.
Yeah, Duke is, in our opinion, the best team that we'll face yet this year, even number 1 North Carolina. They have great speed in their forward and midfield line, and they're very good distributors in the back. So we've been preparing a lot on how we're going to defend them, how we're going to press them, as well as our transition defense, which is probably going to be the biggest key to the game. Our ability to stop the play, keep the play in front, and not let them get a lot of momentum going forward.
The Hawkeyes will face Duke on the road this Sunday at 11 a.m.
Be sure to tune in tomorrow morning for the pregame show hosted by Mary-Kate Harrian and Zach Mackey.
Guys, back to you.
Well, that wraps up this Thursday morning broadcast, everyone. Be sure to stick with us at dailyiowan.com for all the latest news this week. And don't forget to grab a copy of the Daily Iowan on stands now. For Daily Iowan TV, I'm Christopher Cervantes.
And I'm Sine Zatz. If you're on the run and don't want to miss a broadcast, you can hear the audio from our show on KRUI 98.7 FM, our student-run radio station here at the university. Thanks for tuning in, Iowa City, and we'll see you back here tomorrow morning.
Breaking down barriers long before we knew they existed. Dottie Ray, a revolutionary trailblazer and Iowa City radio personality for over 50 years. Foundation builder for journalists. Please join us in sharing Dottie Ray's story on the big screen. After the showing, a panel discussion about Dottie's life will follow. It's all part of Habitat for Humanity's She Built the Future. For more information, please contact Habitat for Humanity.